Okay, hold on. Even before the intro today for Yay or Nay Monday, let me just say Mortal Kombat is not banned in Japan. It's not sold there due to censorship, and I will explain a little bit further once we get a little farther into the video, but I had to state that at the very beginning. Mortal Kombat is not banned in Japan. Hello and welcome to the channel. Also, welcome to the Yay or Nay series. So if you are new and you do not know what this series is about, allow me to explain to you very quickly. So this series is made to find the most agreeable Fighter's Pass for all characters. So how we do this is each video, each Monday, we'll discuss one character in particular per video. The way we talk about them, we will discuss their popularity. So we might go over some game sales or just interesting stats and tidbits. Maybe we talk about some relevancy, like when's the last time they actually had a game or made an appearance. And we'll even talk about some of their potential moves for their moveset. Why not? So basically how this works is you guys will down in the comments tell me yay or nay. Please start your comment with yay or nay and then dive into the reasoning for how you personally feel. Like, okay, yay, I like this character, or nay, I don't like this character. So it's a pretty simple idea. So yeah, again, I can't stress it enough. Please be clear with your answer. I do get people that make it very confusing and they never give a clear answer. So that's why I gotta emphasize, be clear with your answer. Either way, yay or nay or unsure, those are your options. So again, if I cannot tell who your answer or what your answer is for, I'm going to mark it as unsure. But then after that, each week we will get updated stats for everyone to see where they sit in terms of being a wanted character in Super Smash Bros. So that's it for the intro. Let's jump into today's character. Alright, one more time. Mortal Kombat is not banned in Japan. But before we get into that, welcome to Yay or Nay Monday. Today, as you figured, we're talking about Mortal Kombat characters. Well, character. We're talking about Scorpion, arguably the face of the franchise. So, yeah, I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. Lots of people around the world, even in Japan, they know who it is. Early games from Mortal Kombat, I think up through Mortal Kombat 9 were actually sold in Japan, and then like 10 and 11 were not. Or maybe it's Mortal Kombat up through 8 or something like that. But it has been sold there in the past. You can import it. It's not banned in Japan, all right? So many people get that wrong because it's not sold there. So let's get to the discussion, right? Mortal Kombat and Smash Bros. Would that fit? I think it can, yes. But how can you make that fit? Because again, is it a little too gory? Is it a little too, we know the type of style of the game. It's a fighting game, but it's a little out there, in terms of the gameplay not really mechanics, but the gameplay itself is kind of crazy. So when it comes to not having a game sold in a certain region like Japan, why is that? Well, take a look at this. It all comes down to censorship. And if Mortal Kombat were to be sold in Japan, the game would have to be heavily censored. And since you have a game that, you made specifically not to censor anything because you go very far with a lot of your animations and stuff, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that personally whatsoever. But if NetherRealm Studios were to release their game in Japan, it would cost them big money to censor their entire game, to take out quite a bit of stuff. And as a business, that is just not smart to release a heavily censored version of your game for one specific region that, might not essentially, sell too well, because then again, the game doesn't feel like itself. The characters aren't being who they are, and it would feel like a very watered down version of Mortal Kombat, and nobody's going to buy an extremely watered down version of anything because then it's not fun. So the characters don't get to be themselves. The game doesn't get to be itself. It doesn't get to express it in the way that the developers want the game to be shown off. So business-wise, it is not sold in Japan due to censorship because it costs way too much money just for maybe one region. So it's smarter just to say, all right, we're not going to sell it there. All right, so Yes, Mortal Kombat still can be imported. People that live in Japan, I've seen it on message boards myself plenty of times that say, hey, I do live in Japan. Yes, I can get this imported. I can get this. I can still play it. It's not that Mortal Kombat is unknown in Japan. It's just not sold there. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Mortal Kombat, the series itself. So something we do in the series here for Yay or Nay, we do look at series sales numbers, because I think, again, sales numbers isn't the be-all, end-all to determine if a character or series should be repped in Smash Bros. But it's still a fun stat to kind of look at. So let's look at the most recent entry into the Mortal Kombat franchise with MK11. So as of October 2020, the creative director of NetherRealm Studios, Ed Boon himself, stated that this game surpassed 8 million copies sold, which is still incredibly impressive. Multi-million copies were sold, and factoring in the point that the Mortal Kombat franchise actually began back in, I think it was 1992. It was began in the arcades. Then, of course, it did come out later on for Super Nintendo, the Game Boy, and Sega Genesis, among other things. So, it's been on quite a few systems when it debuted. Of course, it's been on Nintendo platforms several times. Several entries have been on Nintendo platforms, so that's not really an issue. But yeah, 8 million copies sold for Mortal Kombat 11. Very good. And that was coming off the heels of Mortal Kombat 10, which I believe actually sold over 10 million, probably higher than that. I didn't look that up, but I know it sold over 10 million copies. So it was Mortal Kombat 10, I believe, was the most successful launch in that series history. So people still like the game. People still buy it. People still cherish it. And plus, Mortal Kombat's been getting into the guest characters over the past few franchises. They've had Kratos for the PlayStation version. They had Freddy Krueger. They've had Jason Voorhees. They've had Ash. They've had Joker. No, they didn't have Ash, did they? No. That was always a rumor. But they had Spawn finally happen. So they've had a lot of guest characters, and loads of people love that, right? So either way, sales definitely awesome. But now there's going to be people that, we kind of touched on the gore aspect very briefly at the beginning here. But let's talk about that, for example. There will be some people that say if you take that gore aspect out of the character, then the character doesn't stay true to its own character and to the game series, and it just doesn't feel like the proper character. Well, I get where you're coming from. Completely, I get where you're coming from. But let me just float this idea out there because it's, a literal fact. I don't know about you guys, but did anyone else play Injustice? Or at least the first Injustice, where Scorpion was a playable guest character in that game? Well, guess what? Injustice didn't have any gore in that game, but Scorpion still felt like Scorpion to me. He still did all of his moves. He still did what he did. He still had his appearance. He still felt like Scorpion in a fighting game. So you just take out the blood, the gore aspect of it. You could still have the character be themselves, right? He didn't need that for Injustice, but yet I still felt it was Scorpion, right? I didn't see anything different. I didn't feel any different about the character. So yeah, you can take out some aspect of the character, and yet they can still be themselves in a different game. It completely works. Again, I get NetherRealm worked on Injustice, so they probably took extremely special care for it, but again, that's what he does. Sakurai does that with all these characters as well, right? Takes extremely special care of all these guest characters, first-party characters. He does it all the time, so yeah, I think now we should discuss a couple of the moves, right? Again, fighting game moveset, so he already has a ready-made moveset to go, so what's up first? I think up first is, let's talk about his, his patented, get over here, what is it, the spear chain or something? I don't even know the actual name of the attack. It's just get over here, right? But this is a classic Scorpion attack. He throws his spear out, it latches on to an opponent, and he reels them in towards himself, and then, follows it up with something else. And again, going by it's not really gore. It's like the impaling part. When he throws out his spear chain, whatever, and it latches onto the opponent. Some people say, well, you can't have him impaling Mario. That doesn't happen. Well, let me just throw this out there for you real quick. Ridley is down special. What is that? Skewer, whatever that is. that literally impales characters. Korin, his, her, whatever gender you prefer. Korin's side special literally has a giant lance that pierces and, impales a character. We have that in Smash Bros, right? That's not an issue, but yeah, obviously moveset for sure. It's just Scorpion. You're gonna have it. It's got to be in there, otherwise, then Scorpion would not feel like himself, and then he doesn't deserve to be in Smash Bros. If you're not gonna have his patented trademark attacks, right? But what else do we got here? Ooh, how about this one? This one could be a very fun teleportation type attack. This is called Hellport. Now, the potential for this attack, you could throw it as an up special for his recovery move. I've even heard of it. Somebody saying it could be like a counter type attack. I guess that kind of works, similar to maybe Meta Knight, where he kind of disappears, reappears, and slashes. Something like that. But yeah, Hellport would be very fun. Disappear one spot, show up in another, and slice with. Yeah, he's gonna have a sword, but don't worry, that's not his entire moveset, I promise. But yeah, he's got Hellport. Very, very cool idea. Throw it wherever you want. It makes sense in several different spots. So yes, definitely Hellport. And then how about one more? Another classic here. The Burning Spear attack. So Scorpion, once again, uses his trusty spear for this one. And, this time he kind of like spins it around while it's on fire. So kind of cool little, effect there. But spins it around while it's on fire. The attack itself would deal low damage. But the thing is, this would definitely be a multi-hit attack where the last attack where he really flings it at the opponent, that's going to do the most knockback. So it's not going to be the most damaging attack, but just multi-hits, racking up a little bit more of damage here and there. Definitely big time. And yes, so Burning Spear, Hellport, and the Spear Chain, I think that's what it was called. There's a few moves for you guys to think about for his moveset, but he's got plenty of others, right? Like I said, Mortal Kombat is its own fighting game. So easy there. Otherwise, that is pretty much all we need to show for today. So it comes down to the yay or nay part. For me, yeah. Oops, I bumped my desk. But for me, absolutely a yay. I would love to see Mortal Kombat in Smash Bros. Just because of the different style that it kind of brings. The more realistic, the type of fighter, we don't have too many of those. Snake or, Cloud kind of come to mind. But, seeing Scorpion in there, plus Scorpion versus Ryu, Scorpion versus Ken, Scorpion versus Terry, that really cool fighting game crossover type idea would be so fun to see. So yeah, Scorpion, Mortal Kombat in general for me gets a big yay. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Yay or nay. And again, friendly reminder, there's a second upload later today with the updated yay or nay stats. Should be a good. We'll have the updated stats from last week's character, which was Chosen Undead from the Dark Souls series. That is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.